Hi, everybody, welcome or welcome back to Mighty Plays Games. I am Maitreyi. Today, we're gonna talk about how to really be an amazing player at the table and make sure you get invited back. Just to dive right in, a lot of us, I think, especially when we're kind of new or maybe nervous, we sit down at the table and we think, I need a really awesome backstory. I need to do a voice. I need to be memorable every session. But here's the thing, when you're only thinking about ways for you to stand out, you miss what's truly magical about collaborative play, which is the collaborative part. Seeing others. Yeah, the cool thing you did was cool, but I'm willing to bet at least part of what made it cool were other people's reactions to it. Like, whether that was the GM, whether that was other players, whatever. And it's pretty cool when you're able to kind of be that hype squad for someone else. And it's not just the GM's job to point out cool stuff, interesting things that your fellow players may do. You can and should do it. That's what's gonna make you a delight to be around at the table. With your GM and with other players as well. Think of your favorite APs. Players are constantly engaging each other and hyping each other up. That's what it really comes down to, so don't worry about being interesting. Way more important and meaningful to be interested. So that's it. That's the big secret. That where things start to sing is when you start giving a shit. That's pretty fucking wild. I know. Okay, so obviously, hopefully, you already give a shit, but how do you actually manifest that at the table? So, a couple of things that you can show to actually quantifiably show your interest. One, ask a fellow player what their character thinks about a hard choice that they've maybe had to make recently or anything like that. Another thing is remembering an NPC's name and talking to them directly. Another is reacting when someone has a great moment. So not just RP, but like intense roles. I think that when someone rolls well or rolls poorly, that's an opportunity for you to be like, oh shit, or hell yes, that's awesome. Just be a hype man. Give a shit about what's happening to characters apart from yours. I remember one particular session where one player, normally super composed, let their character say quietly before a big battle, I'm scared. And they didn't make a big scene out of it. It wasn't a monologue or anything, just something we could all share in if we wanted. And another player had their character say, yeah, me too. And then not the third character said, and they were kind of stretching and cracking their neck, don't worry, guys, this is nothing to be scared about. They're the ones that need to be scared. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. And it's just a moment of building camaraderie that came out of just caring out loud and just having the thought out loud. So this quick moment of tenderness and building camaraderie at the table in a pretty high stakes moment just required players to be interested in each other, not just themselves. So that's what I want to leave you with. Short and sweet. And I want to say this clearly. You don't have to be theatrical. You don't have to be an extrovert. You don't need a tragic backstory. You don't have to have like a perfect accent or like a funny, distinct voice to make people sort of actively want to play with you. You just have to be curious, you have to be present, and you'd be willing to care out loud. That's really all it comes down to. It's not particularly complicated, but it's fairly meaningful. Anyway, that is all I have. So thank you so much for sticking around. I feel like this video, consider subscribing. But if you don't like notifications or subs, I do have a backlog of stuff, and I also have an audio only podcast format with a transcript and a written blog format if that's better from like an accessibility perspective. Yeah, links to all that as well as some APs I'm on in the description. Thanks so much for hanging out. Come see me again soon. Bye.